So what is your territory look like? Is it just, I know you guys do sell in PA now, right?
Not recently.
Not recently?
Yeah, we dropped a distributor out here.
Okay.
We're on the hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we're in pretty much every county in New Jersey that's populated. We sometimes sell to New York. We sell randomly to Utah is our second biggest market.
What?
Why? That's not normal?
And isn't the laws in Utah, it has to be like under a certain ABV also?
Yeah, so it's always like a toss-up of like which state has the worst beer laws, New Jersey and Utah. So like we get along well that way.
Like, gotta hit both.
Welcome back to the Brewlab podcast. I'm your host, Richie Tevlin, joined as always by Evan Blum.
Hello.
So tonight we have on Jason Goldstein from Icarus Brewing. Welcome.
What's up?
What's happening?
So you brought a lot of beer for us today. So we'll get into your story, but let's drink some beer first. So should we do this one?
Yeah, might as well.
This is a nice bottle. So Treats of Strength, Festivus themed. What is it? Imperial dessert stout with cacao and hazelnut. And what did you say this was? It was
So it's like a chocolate babka inspired.
Sweet.
Figured like, nothing more Hanukkah, Festivus, whatever related.
I'm here for it. And I can't open a bottle to save my life. There we go. Sweet. Here.
Yeah, we just bottled this up 2 weeks ago for our Eulapalooza, which is a big Christmas party. So just get every December holiday just going all in one.
I like that. It looks nice and thick.
Yeah, it's sat for almost 3 years in Maker's Mark barrels.
Ooh, nice. That's good. Get me some holiday cheer. You guys do a lot of barrel aged stuff?
Yeah, we just always have. It's just something fun for us. Like, you can get so many more flavors going. Like, we have like a base version that's non-barrel aged, and like it's good, but like you let that sit in barrels for 3 years, and it's a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. So I have lots of questions about the barrels and kind of your new brewing site. How that all works. But let's get started about kind of your background, because you've been doing this for a while. You've been brewing across different continents. Yeah,
it gets a little depressing thinking about how long I've been doing this, but yeah.
So I don't even want to bring it up, but should we start at Ohio State? I'm a Penn State guy, so I don't want to talk about this, but
I mean, it's rough out there for you right now.
It is. It's always rough.
I mean, at least it's not Michigan, but
yeah,
you got that going for you, which is nice.
Yeah, well, we've had our own issues, so but yeah, I guess you started brewing at Ohio State in college? Yeah,
so I was studying food science at Ohio State. As part of the program, I had to have an internship every single semester. Ended up taking an internship at a brewery while I was out there in Columbus.
What was that called?
Elevator Brewing. It's where Jackie O's is now. If you're out in Columbus, they have a beautiful spot.
Cool.
So yeah, I was out there, and I was a guy working on a Maheen. Like when a bottle fell over, I picked it up. When a bottle shattered, I throw my hands in there real fast, sweep it out of the way.
Yeah, you got those young, quick hands.
Oh, yeah. And apparently cut-proof gloves do not mean cut-proof. So, like, things you learn later, like throwing your hands in, like, PAA or Star Sand, and I'm like, why does this burn? Oh, yeah, bottling line.
So what did you majored in fermentation?
Food science.
Food science.
And then ended up specializing in fermentation, food business. So, like, it was like a roundabout way, because I was in 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
So, like, nowadays, like, a lot of colleges offer brewing degrees.
Yeah.
It's a pretty regular thing to have a fermentation program. For me, it was I had to, like, specialize a food science degree, which meant I take a lot of classes on wine. I don't drink wine. I don't enjoy wine. But I took those classes because that was just what you had to do.
Yeah.
And just to be able to take some brewing classes, and by brewing classes, it meant, like, a lot of OChem, a lot of biochem, a lot of things that, sure, they're brewing related, but like I can't count how many times I've actually used in a brewery.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but you understand the basics. Were there other people in the program, or was this like some like kind of, I don't want to say made up? Was it like a made up kind of?
Oh, it was like definitely made up.
Okay.
But, like, that was like a cool thing though at Ohio State. We were allowed to we could argue to create our own subsection of a degree Like I had a friend who decided to do animal psychology, and it was a cross of animal sciences and psychology. Exactly. And like, hey, like this is why this needs to exist. There are jobs out there for it. These are classes I'm going to take. So I just had to work with an advisor and like, hey, like instead of taking meat science, because I shouldn't need to have to know about like running a butcher shop to run a brewery.
Yeah.
Like maybe I can take OChem. It's a hell of a lot harder. And they're like, sure, you can take OChem instead. So, yeah.
Nice. So, and then you were forced to kind of do internships because of that? We just had somebody on, Danny Childs, and he had done the same thing at University of Delaware. It was like a made-up kind of major, but then he had to write a thesis for it to like be considered an actual major. Is that what kind of the internships were for? Or
I think it was just like part of the general food science program.
Okay.
So like I went to college when not that dissimilar from everybody in the last like 20 years, but like major recession. Yeah. All I kept being told is, hey, like everybody who's graduating like with a MBA, with top of their law programs, everything else isn't getting hired right now. And then also I met with an advisor who was like, hey, we have a 99% job placement rate, and like I can name you the person from last year who ruined that 100%. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. So like, but as part of it, it was having internships every single semester. That way, the moment you graduate, you had those connections already. You could just, probably take a job somewhere. Like I worked for Heinz during that program. And I worked for a lot of different like contract work. Yeah. Like through it that I could have kept on with after. Yeah. But instead, I decided that for some reason, brewing was the best use of my life.
Yeah. Did you know you wanted to be like? Did you know you wanted to get into brewing, or like was that the idea when you went to school for?
No, I think the moment I took a job at a brewery is when I realized like this is again like being able to like have your hands cut up every day in the mahine and then like saying I want to show up tomorrow too. Yeah, was sort of the thing. And like I kept working there like just to get that one chance to maybe learn how to cellar, maybe to learn how to clean a tank, just so I can get that one chance to brew. Like I didn't even start home brewing yet at that point. I only started home brewing because I realized like, hey, like I'm never going to be allowed to brew my own beer. So at least like I'm working at a brewery, I'm learning the things, and homebrewing was like a way to then like
scratch that itch.
Exactly. So like I went the other end of like knowing professional brewing and then saying like maybe I should homebrew.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I barely did any homebrewing, just kind of jumped right into it. So then after college, you went over to England?
Yeah, so after college, it was one of those things that like the only real brewing schools at that point were UC Davis. Yeah. You had like VLB Domans in Berlin. Yeah. And then you had a Brewlab at Sunderland in England. So like, right off the bat, I don't speak German. I don't want to learn another language. Like I do, but like to learn another language and then learn science on top of it. So Berlin was out. Yeah. Tried for UC Davis, but I tried to have like a master's in food science from them. Didn't get in. Therefore, Brewlab it was. So I studied up there under the brewmaster for Heineken in Newcastle. Like the cool part about that program is there's a lot of job placement. Like at all times, they just had us working at different breweries. Like every single week, we could be in class 40 hours, but also working 20, 30 hours.
At larger breweries?
All different sizes.
Okay, cool.
Like there was like one place we worked at that it was Northern England, like I'm assuming you don't have a very large Northern English like crowd listening to your show.
Not yet.
But if so, I'm going to ruin that chance for you. Like literally the worst place on earth. The cool part about that was
coming from a guy from New Jersey.
I'm from New York. I live in New Jersey.
All right, I'm kidding, but yeah.
But it just meant I wanted to study more and work more. But like one of the breweries I was at, it was cool because some of their machinery, like some of the parts were taken for the war effort during World War II. When they were going around like, hey, like we need copper, we need steel, we need this, we need that, like anything you're not using. So they sort of scrap parts of the brew house while keeping it operational. And like a lot of this brew house has been operational for at that point 70 years. Yeah. With like parts where it's just like you look at it, it's like, why don't you have this, and that? It's like, well, because we did 70 years ago, so we don't now. It's like, okay.
If it ain't broke.
Exactly. So we worked at a bunch of places while we were up there, which was really cool, of learning the pros and cons of all different brew houses, from very manual to one place we're at, Double Maxim. is they're also former brewers from Heineken. When Heineken shut down the Newcastle plant up there, I guess they bought their pilot system. So like, I don't know, like small breweries, like breweries our size, like maybe we have a pilot system. And if so, it's probably like, a 15-gallon setup, whatever else. Like their pilot system was the equivalent of probably like Tröegs pilot system, where it's just like, oh, it has every single bell and whistle known to man. Yeah. Like it's the coolest possible system in the world, and this is what you're brewing on every day. Like being able to learn on all the different brew houses was cool.
What do you think the brew houses over there were a little bit different? Was like the processing different or anything?
Everything about brewing philosophies was different. Like being out there, number one, they store this is back 15 years ago. They stored their hops warm at every single brewery I was at. Like, get that nice British cheese going, which was always odd.
Yeah. Were people making cask conditioned beer over there?
Yes, like my degree is in cask ale, like from Brewlab. But like at Brewlab, we were working it was a lab. It was like a yeast lab for a lot of England, like equivalent to a white labs. So we were brought into a lot of breweries because something was going wrong. So, which is why like a lot of these places that we're going to, like, yeah, there were issues. Like, hey, why does every IPA really smell like cheese? Well, have you tried not storing your hops warm? Hey, like, why does every single batch like become off really fast? Hey, the guy that was pulling the yeast, didn't you notice that he was pulling to a 5-gallon bucket, ripping cigs the whole time and ashing into that bucket? Things you cannot make up. And I watched, and I'm like, yeah, but like we're going to acid wash this anyway. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So how long was that program? Like a year?
Yeah, it was like the better part of a year.
Okay. And did you stay in England afterwards?
No. Once that was over, I moved back to the U.S. That's what like got me to New Jersey. I took a head brewer job at a brewery that no longer exists in New Jersey.
Cool.
I was brewing English, Irish styles. So like, who would have guessed I was suited at that point?
Yeah.
So yeah, worked there for a while. Their first head brewer, got the system set up, and like sort of the thing that I tell every single person who's told me for the last like 10 years, hey, I'm gonna go start a brewery. It's like, learn on someone else's system first. Yeah. Like learn what they screw up, because like it's a lot cheaper that way. And I learned a lot there, a lot of what to do, and also a lot of things to avoid, which helped me.
That's almost just as valuable.
Yeah.
Hey, brewery or small business owner, are you tired of navigating complex brewery accounting and taxes on your own? Staying up late working on financials and getting your finances in order after a whole workday? At the Beer Accountant, they understand the unique financial challenges of the craft brewing industry. They're a CPA dedicated to helping breweries like yours thrive, with services ranging from qualified bookkeeping, business tax prep, to strategic financial planning. Stop wasting time on spreadsheets and focus on what you do best: making great beer and running a small business, servicing over 50 breweries in 4 states. So if you own a brewery or small business, stop overpaying for reactive support and start being proactive with the Beer Accountant. Don't brew that IPA without this CPA. Visit beeraccountant.com to learn how their specialized expertise can help your brewery grow, profit, and succeed.
Was that the last place you worked at before?
No, so then I started writing the business plan for Icarus, and I'm like, but I wasn't quite ready yet. So I moved back to New York, worked in Van Brunt Still House. So it's a distillery in Red Hook. I used to deliver barrels a lot of days over to Other Half, which was like 3-4 blocks away. Had no idea what Other Half was at that point.
Brand new.
Oh, I used to think that like, so I'd hop off the train right there and like walk to work. And like I thought it was a methadone clinic. Like you'd be like walking down the street and there'd be a bunch of guys like half nodding out, drinking on the street at like 5-6 a.m. And it's like, oh, these guys are rough. Only to realize that like they were all lining up. You know, it was like the origins of line life right there.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, and like I delivered them barrels from Van Brunt for a while.
Were you distilling them?
Yeah. So I was the term was like a mashman. Yeah. So I just made the mash over there, and then I would do like the low wines and like the basic distilling.
Okay.
I don't know that I have the attention span to like do the full end of distilling, like have like, 5-10 years minimum to know whether you screwed up or not. Like I like knowing 2 weeks later, maybe 6 weeks later.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating. Like beer is like, 2-3 weeks. Like, you know if you messed up or not.
It's not like immediate gratification. It's not like, you're working in a kitchen, in a bakery, something like that, where you only have hours. Like, but I can take like 2 weeks to know, did something go horribly wrong? Like, to be told like, hey, like this is what's off in your like in your low wines, like this and that. And it's like, how do you even know? And it's like, well, you need that 5-10 years of knowledge.
Yeah, I think like master distillers, what was Bryson saying? He was like, you have to have like 30 or 40 years of experience, and it's like anything that like there was something about like the liquid had to have been made by you and like had to have been aged like 25 years or something. It's just like it seems like entirely too long. Like that's like an entire career before you can like produce anything that's considered this specific type of alcohol. It's kind of crazy.
And like so eventually like I love New York, I miss New York, all those sort of things. But at the same time I realized like also being told like when I'd go and like CIP a fermenter, and also like, why are you doing that? And then my response would be, why am I doing that? Just things you don't need to do in a distillery that like could never click in my mind.
It doesn't make a difference?
No, because we were fermenting on the grain. So no matter what, your level of pasteurized was iffy there. You throw your yeast in, and like distiller's yeast takes like 5-7 days. Then we distill that. Like we throw the liquid, the grain, everything right into still.
Why is it not more exact? I mean, I get you're putting it on, but like they haven't figured out a way to kind of make the flavors more precise by using like the CIP practices that brewers are doing.
Because you're blending. Like I guess you just don't need to. It's just an added. You got that house funk. Like we had I don't know if you ever heard like in a rum making a dunder tank, which like if it was like Jamaican rum, you might have like a piece of a goat in there. Like they would just like throw whatever like glass running, whatever stuff like into like a hole in the ground that had like like a piece of tarp on it, and you throw whatever liquid there, like it all funky, and then you throw like bits of that into the next batch, and that'd be your house funk on it. So like we didn't have that, but like we'd take like whatever runnings, whatever, throw into this mixing tank, which was just a open top tank. It was funky as all hell.
This is why I think if they combine the liquor licenses, like brewers are just going to take over, because it's like our, controls are so much tighter than the distillery, right?
Maybe. I don't know. It's tough just because like, so where I was at, the guy, again, master distiller, and like he came at it from a brewing mind, which is really cool to me. Yeah. So like, that's where I fell in love with like Fawcett's coffee malt, which they don't make anymore, which is heart-wrenching. But like he was using all different aromatic malts because his background was in brewing, and then went to distilling. So I guess that's what does prove your point, actually. And I'm completely wrong there. So yeah, I guess brewers would down the run make better distillers. Maybe.
I say the same thing about people that go from the cellar to the brew house also. I think they make better brewers than people started out in the brew house. Just because I think you start off a little bit sloppy because you don't need to be as clean in the brew house. I think if you just start off from much more scientific and cleaning focused perspective, it just kind of makes you better.
Yeah, and then just also that focus of how much struggle went into every single batch.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you went from there to then opening up, right? And was the plan always to do a brewery?
Yeah,
like for you to open up your own?
That was always like my dream, pretty much from the moment I worked at Elevator.
Cool.
Like it's just. I want to test the waters with distilling, see is this something I like more or less differently. And
then you also have it in your back pocket. I don't know how to distill, so I'm sure that are you guys distilling at Icarus?
No, we're in New Jersey. We can't do anything fun.
Well, whenever those laws do come in like 20 years, I guess you guys will
50, 75 years, yeah. Like we're generally pretty far behind on all like regulations, everything. Like we typically like tend
except
to use
for weed. They're like you can't brew beer, but like all of a sudden you can sell weed in liquor stores.
So. Yeah, but like breweries can't touch any of it.
Yeah.
Which is like like we're doing the exact same thing. Like our licensing, our inspecting, everything else. Like why wouldn't we be the ones that would be able to make these products?
Yeah.
How are they allowed to sell them in like the stores, but Because from what I understand, a lot of the stuff is being manufactured in PA.
You make it in PA, and then you sell it through, I think, a beer distributor into
Yeah.
the state liquor stores.
Yeah, it just
So yeah, CBD, THCA like can go across state lines. Standard THC can't.
okay.
So anytime you see anything that's like going across state lines, and again, like I'm not in that industry, I've just loosely researched it out of a sheer envy, jealousy.
We're having a weed guy on next.
Yeah, nice.
He's gonna break it all down for us.
It's like something I've wanted to get involved in, but like no, like this is New Jersey. Like we only got tap rooms like a decade ago, and even then, like we had to give everybody tours up until like a year and a half ago.
It's
Every
nuts.
single time you visit, like if you visit on a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday, that's 3 tours. Yeah.
So you were writing your business plan before all this reform happened, right?
Yeah.
So what was the game plan for like you're opening up in New Jersey, but like what was your angle as far as how you were going to
So our original space was like designed just really for production. We had a really small tap room.
in Lakewood?
Yeah, in Lakewood. Our main tap room was maybe like 500 square feet inside 4,000 square feet. And then all of a sudden it was like the week of opening. And I looked on like Facebook on the event and I'm like, oh shit, it says like 7,000 people responded that they're attending. I'm like, our tap room, which has occupancy for like 30 people. I'm like, this is going to go well. So we like rapidly took whatever pallets were around. We built a whole back bar in our warehouse. Like we like threw it all together like
How
within
many square
days.
feet was this?
Like the whole
it-
space
was-
was 4,000.
Okay.
But like that includes production, pallet racks, everything.
Yeah.
So like we doubled or tripled the size of our tap room overnight by just taking away from our production space or our warehouse space. So for the entire life that we were in Lakewood, we were over our capacity, over our what we should really be able to brew there. You know, the old
Are there
adage-
any other breweries in Lakewood?
No. Like there's no other nice things in Lakewood.
I was going to say Lakewood might be my least favorite place. I went to where's the Jersey Shore filmed?
Seaside?
Seaside, and we went through Lakewood, and it was
Sorry to
just
hear.
there's no social life there at all.
Yeah, it's an
kind of
interesting
like-
town.
It was just like what's it called, like shopping centers, but like everything's kind of the same there. It's like
Yeah.
there's no character to it. I feel like
No, and like we were the one nice thing other than the Blue Claws, which were a few blocks away.
Blue Cross was that.
The Phillies affiliate.
Okay.
So they were 3-4 blocks away. I'm saying everything's 3-4 blocks away, but no, they were probably further. But the nice thing is we used to tell people that like every Friday night in our tap room is fireworks night during the season.
That's cool.
Because you just walk outside with your beer in hand and it was a whole fireworks display at the Blue Claws and it's like, see, we did that.
I guess like every minor league stadium, like every night.
Yeah. It was like,
night.
yeah. So it was like the coolest thing. It was like, see, like we do this every Friday here at Icarus during baseball season. It's just something we do for you.
So you guys started off. Were you guys wholesaling or just you had the tap room?
We had both. So like we were wholesaling day one. Like our first sales, like wholesale wise, were like a couple months before we opened because the ABC decided to license our production space, but not our tap room because when they came to inspect, there was sawdust on the ground. And apparently you cannot open a tasting room with sawdust, even though I responded like, I've got a shop vac right here, walk outside for 5 minutes. I swear it'll all be gone.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, no, take pictures when it's all done. So I took pictures, sent it to them like as they left,
Yeah,
like
get
before they were in
selfie
their
with
car, everything. Then they approved that like a month later. So like we were wholesaling for like a month before we opened.
Nice. And you guys were self-distributing?
Yeah.
You guys still do that?
Yeah. It's just like one of the few nice laws in New Jersey, being able to self-distribute.
Yeah.
We're the most population dense state in the country, and like Lakewood before now Brick is pretty centrally located.
Yeah.
Like almost every population center is within an hour and a half of us.
Yeah. So what is your kind of your territory look like? Is it just, I know you guys do sell in PA now, right?
Not recently.
Not recently?
Yeah, we dropped our distributor out here.
Okay.
We're on the hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we're in pretty much every county in New Jersey that's populated. We sometimes sell to New York. We sell randomly to Utah is our second biggest market.
What?
Why? That's not normal?
And isn't the laws in Utah, it has to be like under a certain ABV also?
Yeah, so it's always like a toss-up of like which state has the worst beer laws, New Jersey and Utah. So like we get along well that way.
Like, gotta hit both, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why Utah?
So there's a chain of pizza bars out there that just like our beer. They're fast growing. Found a distributor that likes us out there.
That's cool.
So yeah, the Furio is a big hit out there because the max ABV is 5%.
Nice.
So a lot of our like more sessionable, like our sessionable IPAs, drinking crayons, go really well out there.
What is the? Because New Jersey, I know the New Jersey beer laws are crazy, but are the Utah beer laws? Are they? New Jersey's actually making progress, even if it's slow. Are Utah drinking laws changing?
So I
at
think
all?
like Utah used to be max 4%.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was like lower.
Now
than
it's
that. It was
5,
like 3.5.
So like that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, even
yeah.
the Bud Light's 4.2.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, that's only on draft. Cans can be anything.
Okay.
So our cans go really well out there because a lot of Utah breweries just aren't making higher ABV because the market's limited, so they're looking for it from somewhere.
Yeah.
So right now they're taking it from us. I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And also because, I mean, distributors are the bane of everyone's existence, no matter what state you're in. Like 3-tier system is insane. But Utah has set rules on like what margin the state can take because the state runs the liquor stores, what percentage or what margin the distributors can take.
Really?
So all of a sudden, like we were selling kegs cans for more to Utah than we were to Pennsylvania, and like that's a hell of a lot cheaper shipping, just because they want unlimited margins.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I never would have thought we would have this conversation on the podcast about Utah.
Yeah, no, it almost.
That's crazy.
At the same time, no one else jump into Utah. Don't flood the market. I'd appreciate it. I mean, they're terrible, really tough to deal with permits. Don't suggest it. Thank you.
It's so funny.
And what are there like nationwide distributors that kind of ship that? I mean, I'm sure there are.
Yeah, I mean, any like third party nowadays can do it.
Okay.
With a T-Forts, which is like UPS's. There's a lot of different. They all take alcohol. It's just a slightly higher fee.
Got it. That's interesting. So you guys opened in 2017. It was
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. What
January.
month? January.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you guys have expanded, right?
Yeah.
Was it like basically just like you guys have been selling a lot since day one?
Yeah. So like it was probably like 6 months in, we realized like, oh shit, we outgrew this place already.
And what size system was that?
That was a 10-barrel, 2-vessel.
Okay.
By the time we left Lakewood, we were doing about 5,000 barrels a year.
Wow.
On a 10-barrel in 4,000 square feet.
You were brewing 7 days a week, or was 5 days a week?
It was 4 days a week.
Three times a day?
Every Monday was 4.
Wow.
Damn.
So it's 20 hours of brewing. Like we got it real efficient on that system. Of like we knew exactly when to mash in, based off when we were whirlpooling. Yeah, like we had it down. Then like every Tuesday, because we were also canning and we had to work with Ironheart forever, so they were bringing a can line into our space. So we knew we could only do 2 batches because we had to grain out once before they even showed up. And the second one would be after they left, at 10, 11 at night, because we'd be canning 70, 80 barrels with them. Like for a while, we were their largest customer. Like
70, 80 barrels
Northeast.
for Ironheart. Nuts.
Yeah, but it's just we didn't have space for a canning line.
Yeah.
Until we finally realized, we're paying for a canning line every 6 months in fees with them. So we just asked our neighbor, hey, you have some extra space. Can we store a canning line in there? In the most disgusting space on earth because they made dog food. My dog loved it over there. We all just dreaded getting the canning line from there and bringing it back.
We worked with like some sanitary welders when we were putting together the tap room for Victory in Philly. And they were saying that a lot of their work was working out like these giant dog food companies, and they're like, it's literally the worst. Like, it's the worst smelling thing you've ever.
Yeah, I didn't realize grade D meat existed. Like, it's not a joke. Like, it said on the package D.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh,
is it like dry food or kibble?
D isn't
so there. Yeah, I don't know if it did stand for that. Definitely said not for human consumption. But they were doing like dehydrated. Like their food was for show dogs.
Really?
So I couldn't even afford to buy their food. Like they would take my grain for like their lower end line. Like my spent grain to mix in. It was all like fermented vegetables. It was dehydrated meat and all that. And knowing like what went into the high end just scares the ever loving shit out of me of like what goes into like
Well, it's
standard kibble.
Dog will eat its own poop. You know, like the standards are low
Yeah.
for what
Yeah.
a dog will eat. But all right, moving on to your beer, I guess. I guess the laws changed at some point. Was that kind of part of your plan for expansion? Because you guys have this big, beautiful tap room now. Were you guys waiting for the laws to change? Because I know you're involved with Brewers of New Jersey, or with the
Brewers Guild of New Jersey.
Brewers Guild of New Jersey. Were you kind of seeing the writing on the wall? You're like, the rules are going to change. Like, let's take advantage of this, and because you guys opened up immediately after that, right?
The new spot, pretty much, yeah. But like we'd always sort of maybe not bend the rules, but stretch the rules.
Yeah.
Knowing like, you know, we were told at one point like how we can't have live music. We still had live music.
Yeah.
We were told how we couldn't work with food trucks. We still had food trucks.
Yeah.
It's just like where we were in like that town in Lakewood. It was like there's no food options. It's an industrial park.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I was hurt. We were on a main street or something that there was a bar down the street.
You're not trying to take advantage of it. You're just trying to like survive.
Yeah, it was like I guess maybe if the dog food place wanted to stay open after hours, I could have grabbed something there. But otherwise, like there wasn't many options.
Yeah.
So like we always like so we sort of built the place knowing like this is what we want to do, and like luckily the laws sort of changed right around then. Of like, cool, we were going to do this anyway, but now we can do it legally.
Nice. So, and the new spot is where?
It's in Brick,
And how far is that from Lakewood?
like 4 or 5 miles. Like we moved from the Brick border of Lakewood to the Lakewood border of Brick.
Cool. So it's not like you were had to like find a new customer base or anything. It's basically still your
No,
market.
the vast majority of our customers, like this is closer to them.
Cool.
There's like a few that we might be further, but like for the most part, like people are very happy to not have to drive into Lakewood.
Yeah. That's the what I hated the most about Lakewood was the traffic. I just remember being stuck in there like this is Jersey. This is the definition of Jersey traffic. It was nuts.
It felt like downtown Brooklyn traffic.
Yeah.
Like it was like such, and it's like how? Like we're on the shore. Like the next town over is woods. Like where are these people going and why?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But so your new spot, how big is that?
So the new building is 22,000 square feet total.
Damn.
Yeah, we're in 16,000 square feet of it. There's 2 food spots that are taking 6,000 since we can't serve food, but they can. Figure it's very synergistic.
What are they?
So the burger place, Burger 25, like they've got 3 places on the shore. Like
Cool.
Some of the best burgers around, best value. Like don't own a part of it, but like super solid.
Yeah.
And then another place that's in the works.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've seen the burger place. I didn't know there's another one there coming.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's
like one more smaller space there. So like it's going to be another food option.
nice.
Just again knowing that on a busy Saturday, well, like 300-400 people in our tap room, we can't serve food outside of whatever de minimis means. So no one's really defined it. It's Latin because that's how laws work, and that's what we're allowed to
Learn
sell.
speak is already hard enough, and then they just make it in Latin. You're like,
Yeah, they toss around Latin to a bunch of brewers and like, hey, don't break this rule. And it's like, huh?
So how big is your actual tap room space there?
So our actual tap room is probably about like, I'd say about half that space, so about 8,000 square feet.
That's still a massive tap
Oh
room
yeah.
space.
So we have
And is it just one bar?
no. So we have a 40-foot long bar, and then we have a barrel room. We have a beer garden that's 4,000 square feet.
Nice.
And then we've got on our mezzanine. We took like the bar from our old spot in Lakewood, the tables from Lakewood, like a lot of the wall art and whatnot. So like upstairs is like just looks and feels like our OG spot.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, like even like the boards on the wall, the same guy who did our mural at our first spot, our old cellarman, like he did the mural at the new spot, and it's like spilling from the old bar down onto the new bar. So like
Oh,
the
that's
old
very
into the
cool.
new.
That's
Like
very
trying to
cool.
just make sure like people don't like, again, we're moving from a stereotypical warehouse, no frills, you're sitting on maybe a keg, maybe like you're sitting in a wooden spool like every brewery in the country was
Yeah.
5 years ago, to something really nice. So I don't want people to think like this is who we've always been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like we've just sort of grown up.
That's cool. And then what's the brewing system like there?
So we're on a 20-barrel, 3-vessel Braucon.
Nice.
Yeah. Like that was like the big thing for us. It was like, hey, like all of us brewers, like we're not getting any younger. So brewing 20-hour shifts, like just is not those 20-hour shifts, but like bringing 20 hours into 2 people just isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So like that, our efficiency is so much higher. I think our lagers are a ton better. We decoct almost every single lager at this point. Not always because we have to, but just because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun working on that system. Whereas like, beers like yacht juice, beers that we're brewing every single week, they're more consistent. Mm-hmm. I can look at the fermentation charts. I can look at like everything down the line, like the century notes. It's consistent. And like, that's not something, we could say on the old system, because when I was stirring versus when my lead brewer was stirring versus when the assistant brewer was stirring versus when I jumped back into stir and I was exhausted at the end of a 16-hour day, even if we hit it all the exact same temperatures, just stirring it would be different.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like a fine line between like, people want something that's like crafty and handmade, and sometimes you look at like these little shitty brew houses and you're like, no, this is real beer. And you're like, no, they're like just like getting by, like I'm sure that they wish that they had like this nice, Cadillac brewing system that they could, hit all the numbers that they want.
Yeah, like our old system, like it survived. Like like it had no rakes in the mash tun. The auger we were taping up every other day. Like there was more tape than there was PVC to the auger.
Was it a used system or like was it even a brewing system?
It was a brewing system. It was Forge Works.
Okay.
So it was like nice. Like I have plenty of other breweries working on them. They're like really nice for what they are.
Just no frills.
Yeah, there's no hard piping. It was all hoses and pumps. I've got all of us have scars on the back of our head from bringing the asparge hose over to the kettle and sanding up too fast and forgetting that welding clamp is still on there from 4 years ago. So like little things like that, it was like, it'd be nice if we don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So like that's why like we saved up and like got the nice new system where it's allows us to spend less time on things like this. Like once we find like something we like, perfect it, it's like cool. It'll be that every single time unless we want to change a process. And if we want to change a process, we can. Like, it's beeps and boops.
Yeah.
I say this, I have no idea how to use the system. Like the process of building a new place took so long that I went from the head brewer to the paperwork guy. So
yeah. It's like the more you get into brewing, like the further you get away from it. And then what sort of tanks do you have there? Are you guys like double batching into tanks and stuff?
Yeah, so we've got I think we're up to like 14 fermenters. We got 210s, 320s, 230s, 640s, and another 240s sitting outside waiting to be stood up, which I meant to do before the snow, and well, I didn't. So those will go up this weekend.
You guys have grown incredibly quickly. Why? Like you like your beer is great, but like how a lot of breweries are like shrinking right now, and like you guys kind of shot out of a cannon. Was it just Jersey was ready for this and you guys were opening up when like other people weren't, or like what are you guys doing that's so much different than everybody else's?
I think a lot of it was right time, right place, things like that. There was nothing around us when we opened it first. Just a beer hungry place. Like, I took a lot of ideas I got from living all over the world, from New York breweries, from UK breweries, from breweries in Ohio, from bars I'd seen all over, and then sort of like made them my own.
Are you doing anything different? Like, are you using English ale yeast, or are you doing like different things that you took from England? Or
yeah, we're not doing any cask ales, and we haven't since we opened, which is super depressing for everyone around me because like they constantly push me to do cask ale. I have a beer engine, have casks, this and that, and I'm like,
you're the expert. I don't know anyone else that majored in cask ale.
I'm like, guys, you don't understand how much work this is for something that like 7 people truly care about.
Yeah,
like I have enough friends who run breweries who throw like pins on. They're like, yeah, like the pin will come out great. It'll be my favorite one yet. We'll tap it on Thursday. On Sunday, we dump half of it out. It's like sick.
Yeah, and it took like 30 man hours to get this in.
Yeah, it's like hand wash it, everything, versus throwing it on the keg washer, like just having bright beer going right in. But like, I don't know, we try to do a lot different, which is like, again...
You guys are doing the barrel age stuff, which is, a lot of people are not doing barrel aged beers right now.
I mean, at this point, we're not even doing like 5 years ago we did barrel aged beer because we liked it and it sold. Now we do barrel aged beer because we like it. You know, it sells.
The ebbs and flows of the industry. It used to be like the big heavy stout bombers would just like that was their number one beer, the whale that everybody wanted. And I mean, it's fallen off. It's a shame because like that's the, not the most premium, I guess, beer that most people make.
Yeah, I mean that's even why like we switched to like 500 milliliters from 750s, just like customer feedback of, hey, like used to open 750s and I'd have like 4 or 5 friends that would share it and it'd be great. Now I'm cracking, it's like one other person, and it's like can't really finish that 750.
Yeah, we talked. Who did we talk to about? Like the little tiny like squat bottles.
Yeah,
or like even a 12-ounce can. Like
It was Kyler.
You don't really think about like barrel aged beer being in a 12-ounce can, but it's almost more appropriate to be in a 12-ounce can than like a 16-ounce can because like
I'd like want to it forever, but like so this is now a few years back. So I know like Magnify Brewing, they did a barrel aged beer. I think they did like maybe it was 4 packs, but definitely 12-ounce cans, and they tried selling those 4 packs for like $30.
Yeah.
And it was one of those stereotypical Facebook posts with 600 comments all about how they're the worst and they're the reason why craft beer is wrong because they're selling cans for $30. And like they're just in there like trying to explain like, hey, like this is 48 ounces of beer.
Yeah.
Like you're out there buying 25 ounces in a 750. No one knows metric. I get it. But like they're trying to buy like a 750 for $30, no issue. But then like 48 ounces for $30, you're like, whoa. I can't do that. It's an aluminum.
Yeah. Even like it's like better quality and everything. It's just like perception is just
Like other half perfected the 16-ounce cans for the craft beer world of selling them to people as, hey, 16 ounces with a label that doesn't meet all the way and maybe isn't fully lined up is sexy.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how hard that must have been for them at the start to like get people to understand that since previously it was like 16-ounce cans. Like that's like a Miller Lite tall boy.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, we want to get Sam and some other people in here, like some of the early other half people, because at some point other half just turned into like a flywheel of like they could do no wrong. But like exactly what you're saying, like getting it off the ground to get into that is like intriguing to me. Like how do you convince everybody that this is how it's supposed to be done?
I thank them for it every single day. Like I worked on bottling lines.
Yeah.
I've worked on canning lines. My hands come out a lot more rugged after a bottling line.
Yeah, I don't like bottles. I think bottles are starting. I hope that they don't come back, but like some of the, people that are really into craft beer on the internet are asking for bottles to come back.
I could see it come back. I think it's a premium, cool, sort of different right now.
Well, like the High Life Ponies like style.
Something along those.
Yeah.
Do you like switching from cans to bottles is a huge pain in the ass. Trying to switch your bottling line over to another format of like a squat bottle or something that is not standardized, everyone is going to fuck that up. It's like the product quality is going to be so bad. Like switching your little like 4 filler bottler to a not standard size bottle is not what they should be doing. Like Miller High Life and like these large companies,
they can do it.
They can do it because they have like engineers working on it. Like every person that just like started up a brewery is not going to be able to finagle their canning line to operate with a different size bottle.
Yeah, like it's hard enough getting our label.
How is
with
this?
The bottle.
Are you guys hand filling these?
No, so we have like a little. Well, we have like a little like counter pressure.
Yeah,
I think it's like a 4-head or 6-head bottle filler. That's you just press a switch, you dip down. It's a hell of a lot more manual than our canning line is.
Yeah. And is it like when you guys do these like 500 milliliters, is that like a whole day thing where you guys have a couple of people like one person does it, dips it in wax, and then
we have like a whole setup of how we have to sanitize like the whole like U25 bottles at once, how we then purge them, fill them, label them, wax them. Like it's a whole thing versus the can line of it goes.
Yeah, it goes. Parts per billion are like, under 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
we have a counter pressure canning line, so like it's just I don't know, efficient and it works. The quality is as high as you can get, and I'm like, then we go to a bottle. I'm like, luckily it's like barrel aged where like dissolved oxygen is like expected.
Yeah.
But I just remember like when the tariffs were going through the roof and everyone's like, aluminum tariffs. Like, oh, well, like breweries, like, why don't you just switch to bottles then? Like you were doing it forever. And it's like, you don't understand. You don't just switch to bottles. And also like they were terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that like the more you get into brewing, it's like how the importance like slides down the supply chain from my opinion, like from the brew house, then to the cellar, and then to packaging. It's like, from my experience, like especially like the higher up people in production at Victory, a lot of them were, a lot of their experience was like in packaging, and at like Anheuser-Busch and like some of these larger plants, like I think the complicated stuff is like more of the packaging. That's where more of the value is added. Like beer going from like wort to cellar beer, like the value goes up, and then from like packaged beer to kegs, it goes up. Packaged beer to cans adds more value, and then from like these specialty things adds even more value, but it's like way more complicated. Mm-hmm. And it's, I don't know. I wish everyone would just go back to or be happy with 16-ounce cans.
I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
One thing I want to get into, you were telling us a little bit about this story of this beer. We weren't recording yet. Can you give us like the breakdown of this partnership with the pizza place?
Yeah, so it's like a really cool pizza spot, Pizza Lucci.
So the beer is crispy.
It's crispy but not burnt.
Cool.
Which is like that whole like New Jersey bar pie, like that whole like, you throw the flour on it, it gets nice and crisp.
Yeah.
But like it's not burnt.
Yeah, and it's a spelted Pilsner.
Yeah, so their base for their dough has spelt in it, which is why we got that idea. All their dough, as far as I know, is sourdough.
Is that normal for pizza places to have spelt in their dough? No?
I don't know. I run a brewery, not a pizzeria. But they use it, so I was like, cool. Like, I love spelt. Like, spelted IPAs are my favorite. Like, all of our triple IPAs, I'm sure, like, Brickosaurus probably has, like, spelt in it. It's just like such a nice grain, such a nice version of wheat. So yeah, we took their like sourdough starter, like their dough starter, threw it inside 15 gallons of wort, let that like do its thing. So like we're doing like a lacto pitch, get nice and funky, and took it from that pitch and just blended it in with the wort. That way, like we killed off everything in it, so it wasn't like didn't stay a kettle sour, but at the same time, it added like just enough funk in to like add like some really nice depth to what otherwise is just a spelted Pilsner.
Nice. So does it, I'm going to want to try that after this, but it does it have like a little, can you taste it sour at all, or is it just like softer mouthfeel or something?
I wouldn't say it's sour. So like we really just used it, like the pH plummeted on it. I don't remember what the pH got tagged to on the starter, but we used it instead of acidulated malt to acidify.
Do you mind if I open it?
Yeah, of course. Like use it to acidify the batch, so it wouldn't necessarily be any more tart, any more acidic. We just replaced with a hell of a lot tastier version of that lactic acid.
It's a nice color. Yeah, it's super bright. It's definitely not sour, but it has this like brightness, like this. Exactly what you're saying. Like it tastes exactly how you're describing it. You put some spelt starter pack in it. That's cool.
And then another collab I need to, as a big wrestling fan, I need to ask about is you did a collab beer with Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Which is really sick. And we have a ton of people that come on here have become, like, are wrestling fans. Richie's not a wrestling fan. But
I like
he gets the idea.
college wrestling.
Different.
Very different. But yeah, that's a cool one. And you just had an event there pretty recently where Thunder Rosa was a part of like the promotion.
Yeah, so like we've done a wrestling event at the brewery twice now. We'll definitely do it again coming up.
At the new spot?
At the new spot. Like
the space makes so much sense for it.
Yeah, trying to do it at the old spot. Like we had full bands there, and again, like it was always like that was like a basement show. Like that was like madness. Like throwing the drummer up on the brew stand. It just got weird there. But the new spot, we had real space for real events. So yeah, we did a 400 person like audience wise like wrestling event at the brewery. The company we worked with for it somehow got to bring in Thunder Rosa and like reached out ahead of like enough about it. They're like, hey, like we do have a Mexican lager coming out around then. So we did a collaboration beer with her. and for that version we threw in tahini and lime. And
How was that?
It was nice. Because, like, I mean, it's tahini's like, what, like salt, a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime. Yeah. So, like, a salted Mexican lager is already great. You're like, a little bit of chili, like, would never hurt. So, it was really nice. And she was, like, just such a consummate pro. Like, again, like, I don't watch wrestling as much as I did when I was, say, like, 12, 13 years old. But, like, she is a star. Like, the coolest person. Like, fans loved her. Put on, like, such a great show. Like, the amount of people that were there that, like, told me, like, hey, I don't really watch wrestling, but I had such an amazing time. Like, that's the coolest thing to me because, like, these guys, they're performers. They're acrobats. They're doing, like, these wild flips. They're flying. They're being thrown into people, like, everything else. Like, there's a lot to it.
It's cool. It also gives your tap room some like some more character. Like the more cool parties you have in there, just like adds to the lore of your brewery and the tap room.
I think that's like always been like a fun thing that like helped set us apart because like even back when like breweries working with bands, having concerts like was shunned in New Jersey, what places locally around here like the Chamonix have like built their model on.
Yeah,
like we would still work with.
I think Broken
Amazing
Goblin has
bands.
a full-on concert venue in their brewery.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Whereas like in New Jersey, it was always like, hey, like they made the craziest rules. It was like, hey, you can have a band there, but you can't promote it. It's like, well, if we can't promote the music, then why would we do it? Like, who would know?
God forbid you have some chicken fingers and listen to somebody play guitar.
Oh no, you're supposed to drink and not eat a thing. Of course, like that's the safest thing that a state can force you to do.
Yeah.
How is the movement on any of the Jersey beer laws gone? I guess we've had Eric on, and at that point the laws changed a little bit as far as like you can have food trucks, you can I forget what else there was. There's a few others. You can do more live events. You can book music.
You're allowed to have as many private parties as you want,
Yeah.
which is like huge for us. We have an event coordinator now. Like we posted 5 weddings so far.
Oh wow.
We had I think 26 private parties like this month. The amount of like office parties, engagement parties, birthday parties.
I imagine this time of the year is big for that, right?
Oh yeah.
Corporate holiday parties.
And everybody just like wants to do someplace different. And they're tired of throwing it at like Applebee's, Benihana's, if they still exist.
Yeah.
So like all of a sudden like we're a unique venue for it. Like I said, like we've had 5 weddings so far.
That's cool.
So like being able to have unlimited private events is huge. Being able to. So my favorite thing is like when I used to work in the tap room, like after the end of like a 18-hour shift, I'd pretty much like clear glassware and give tours. I never really like work behind the bar. I would just wash glasses and give tours because we were mandated to give everyone a tour. So like there were some people I'd give a tour to, and like it was amazing. Like I could chat with them. They'd ask great questions. Cool. There were some that reminded me why I never wanted to become a school teacher. Like you'd start that tour and you'd watch the life drain from their eyes of like, please, I came here just to drink. I just want to have a yacht juice. I want to have a hero. I want to get back into the tap room. I don't give a shit. Like stainless steel looks like stainless steel. Like don't throw the word at me. Like
Was it like to quantify like a tour? Did it have to be a certain time length?
it was like such a gray area where like the state wouldn't tell us what a tour entailed, but they would tell us what it didn't. And I was like, you'd have like local breweries like a Village Idiot would have it on like a loop on TV, and they're like, no, having your full tour on TV and telling them they have to watch it isn't enough. You need to have.
There's somebody like, who was it, Kate May or somebody that you just like walked through and
It had to be a guided tour, which meant a staff member had to walk you through the tour, which while having it on TV or a handout wasn't enough. But if someone walked you from the entrance to the tap room and the tour was around you, even though they said nothing, that's a guided tour.
Yeah.
So like the dumbest possible things like that. It's like, whereas now it's like when people ask me for a tour, sure, like I'd love to. I'll show you, like we spent a ton of time building all this out. Like I'll show it off, no problem. But like if you don't care because you just went to 4 different breweries today and you're on like a tour bus, I get it. Like,
That makes sense. So Yacht Juice is your number one beer, right? That's your flagship?
Yeah, it's definitely our flagship. Like it's on tap hopefully everywhere around the state. And
Was that around since you guys launched?
so it's the second. No, we didn't even launch with an IPA. Like, I had to be talked into making an IPA. Then it's like,
What were you guys making? Just lagers? Or English ale?
it was a lot of. It was I think we launched with a Irish Red, English Brown.
How did you guys grow so quick?
We launched with
What?
We launched with a Doppelbock. We launched
That's crazy.
with, and I think a French Saison.
And two logos launched with a brown ale. It's like, damn, like, you guys are doing something right. You guys are growing with that. I feel like I put like a hazy IPA. I was like, please let this sell.
Yeah, like we did like a pale ale as well. I think at that point.
Okay.
But like that was before like New England pale ales were a thing. Like, remember like London Ale 3 was my house yeast, just because like that's what I
wanted
loved.
to ask you this. In England, you were over there when hazy IPAs were just
Before West Coast IPAs were the biggest thing.
before, but like what I'm like who like Hetty Topper was probably the only one in the
Probably.
country's making it.
Yeah.
But how? I imagine people in England were using London Ale yeast.
Yeah, that's why when I moved back, I was using London Ale 3.
But
I remember like my
were
wine
there-
yeast
were
rep
there
being like,
IPAs
hey, like
hazy?
it's back ordered. I'm like, I'm sorry. Why is London Ale 3 back ordered? That makes no sense. No one uses this.
Yeah.
Like, no, everyone is using it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, but were breweries over there, like, were there IPAs? Could you tell the difference? Or, like, were they doing, like, how did they not start brewing hazy IPAs first? Were they using London Ale 3 yeast and then filtering out all
Because
the
it
yeast?
had like isinglass filtering agents. Because haze was,
Bad.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So, like, yeah, I'm sure there was plenty of beers I was having out there. Like, again, like, Cask Ale a lot of times is hazy because it's super fresh.
Yeah.
But, like, it's also a good amount of oxygen to it.
Yeah.
So, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. Was there any other, like, kind of techniques or little things, besides the yeast? I mean, the London Ale 3 yeast is, like, a funny thing. Like, I mean, that's what literally everybody uses for hazy IPAs now. And that was just your house yeast over there? That's
Yeah. So, like, I started throwing into, like, my pale ale there. I threw in some other stuff. Eventually, I did this beer called Ella Ella, which was, like, the first Northeast IPA, I guess, we ever brewed and canned. But then, like, this was, I think, the second beer we ever canned.
cool.
And like that just like completely hit it off. Like it was again a perfect like situation. Like I constantly thank like Bolero Snort for how that beer hit it off. We happened to be releasing a collab with Bolero that day because they didn't have a brewery or anything yet. They had a huge fan base. Their fan base came into our tap room to drink that beer, which was a Arrested Development pun because like we're all like huge Arrested Development fans. It was a blueberry something or other called I Just Blew Myself. And it was like a picture like Tobias from Arrested Development, but as a bull with wings. And we had to release in like, I think cans of Yacht the same time, like same weekend.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everyone was like, oh shit, like what's this?
And then sometimes that's all you need, just a big crowd to get it in front of.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, like we went from like canning like once a month to also we're canning once a week, and
That's cool.
yeah.
Is there other things that you're using like in your malt bills that you think are unique? I mean, you guys are making a spelt beer, like do you guys-
Yeah. So like Yacht Juice has Golden Promise in it. Like
that's very English.
yeah, like I love Golden Promise, like way better than Maris Otter. Like I'll fight on that. But Golden Promise just tastes like potato bread, and like I don't know if potato bread's an option, why have white bread?
Exactly. I feel the same way. Potato bread.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Yeah, but at the same time nowadays, like everyone's searching out for like the lowest color pills in, low color wheat, everything else. Do like the super hop saturated. So like Yacht Juice does not look like that. It's hazy, but it looks like a hazy of more hazy than like Hetty Topper because like that's in no way hazy.
Yeah.
It's a Vermont IPA,
Yeah.
but
And that, I mean, it's hazy because back in the day, everyone was like, "This is so hazy." And
yeah,
it just hasn't changed.
there's
since
reasons
then.
why they say like to drink that one. Like it says on, I don't know if it still says in the can. Used to say on the can, drink in the can, do not pour.
Yeah,
But that's probably because people are afraid of it looking a little bit hazy.
yeah,
But like, whereas like Carmen line was actually one of our earlier IPAs, and like this is almost all Pilsen based, and like without even like realizing we were doing like a hop saturated like before it was a thing. Like it was like all low colors, 5 pounds, 6 pounds a barrel. Like I don't know. So it's just about like for me, like doing fun stuff, and sometimes it hit, sometimes it didn't.
Nice. And then what else did you bring in? You brought in the Tamave Pivo.
Yeah, so Czech dark lager, like
That was good.
You guys are making a lot of the lagers, right? And it says slow poured. Slow poured, does that mean that it's going through the Luker faucet?
Yeah, we'll do like slow pour, we'll do fast pour, we do.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a lot of people don't have the care for a beer shot length, pour. Like especially when the tap room has 300 people in it.
Yeah.
They're not looking for a beer in 3-4 minutes. They want a beer now. I'm like,
Yeah, I wanted a beer 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I got a question about the Luker faucets.
Yeah.
What's the draft efficiency? Do you get more beer out of it, or less beer?
I mean, I would assume the same amount. Like we're not doing like foam pours or anything like that. We're doing we're going for like the thick ass foam, which I guess would be slightly less efficient because that's probably more beer than if you went with a real light foam there. So it'll settle out as the thick foam will settle out as all beer.
So it should be more efficient, right? Because you're not dumping as much.
Well, it's not about dumping. It's about you're running through more. It's going to the customer. So for them, it's more efficient. For the bar or taster room, probably less.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I never thought about the physics of. I also almost failed physics in college, so
Well, not the
probably
physics,
not
but
my.
a lot of people are using the Luker faucets now. But if you can sell, the cost of your beer that you're selling through is like 5% different. I'm trying to ask people that are using the Luker faucets, are you seeing better or worse efficiency? Does it make sense to just pour everything through a Luker faucet? I know that's crazy to say, but if you can sell 5% more beer, that's a lot of beer.
I look at it as a bartender on a Saturday is never going to be efficient.
Yeah.
When you've got 10 people waiting for a beer,
Yeah.
you do your best.
Yeah, I got you. All right. And then you have, what is this other one? That's 11% too, I saw, right?
Yeah, so that's Unflown Pleasures, which is just a.
We were just talking about this. A
Yeah.
cool barrel aged. Is this barrel aged?
No, that's not barrel aged.
But it's a heavy stout.
yeah,
in
we
a
do
12
have
ounce
barrel
beer.
aged versions of it. Same base, but that's a double mashed Russian Imperial Stout.
Peanut
no
butter.
lactose, whole lot of adjuncts going in there. But
Nice.
just be able to flex a little bit of again, we have 30 taps in our tasting room, so you need some variety. I think we typically have no more than 7 or 8 IPAs on out of 30.
Are all
So-
those taps unique?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the first 6 taps are normally the same, our flagships. We always have one NA soda on that we make in house.
So a lot of the breweries in PA are moving towards only making German lagers, or only making they're shrinking their tap list. You guys seem to be doing the opposite. You guys are growing, nobody else is growing. Do you think that's just breweries in New Jersey are growing because the laws are changing, or do you think that people kind of took a left-hand turn when they didn't need to, and
I understand the efficiency of having, or the inefficiency of having 30 beers on the 30 lines that you're clearing every single day.
you have a full tap room all the time?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter what the efficiency is if you're selling a lot of beer.
But we're seeing, I'm sure same as Pennsylvania breweries, so our growth is still on the yacht juices, the Furios, our flagships.
Okay.
Our growth out in wholesale isn't Brickosaurus, Carmen Line, Tamave,
It's just that you have the giant tap room, sure.
yeah.
Deal with that.
So we have the larger tanks. Our 40s are always filled with more flagship stuff.
Cool.
A few different rotating, because a lot of bars don't want to.
What's the smallest tank you have?
10s.
10s. I mean, it's still a lot of beer for the unique stuff you're doing.
Yeah, so we'll end up keeping 5-6 barrels for the tap room, and then another 4 to 5 for out in the world, which is, there's enough craft beer bars still left to, that want those 6 stills of some weird triple IPA. But the Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings, the chains, they're happy setting their menu once a quarter at best.
Yeah.
So
Also,
I get that.
yeah, I don't sell in New Jersey yet, but whenever I feel the bar scene in Jersey is because maybe it's the liquor licenses are more scarce or whatever, but it seems the places that do sell beer are much larger establishments. They're almost like the Barnaby's here in Pennsylvania. It's a lot of the places in Jersey. Is that kind of what the scene is, or do you guys
Yeah.
have any? I mean, I'm sure you guys have some like dive bars, but I imagine most of it is like much larger
Rare.
establishments.
Like dive bars are a dying breed in New Jersey just because a liquor license is $1 million.
Yeah.
Like in a lot of towns.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. Think about like if before you even build out your kitchen, set up your draft lines, buy furniture, deal with your branding, your sign, like anything, it's $1 million. Like that's a huge barrier of entry right there.
Do those bars in Jersey, like the larger ones, do they have a lot of tap lines, or are they starting to shrink them?
No, they're
like
a lot of them are corporate because a lot of them are.
chains?
It's the reality of the world. Like who can get loans? A lot of times it's the franchises that have easy access to get loans.
Yeah.
So they're the ones who have a lot of the bars in every town. So that then means that you have your corporate mandates of you need to have Bud, you need to have Stella, you need to have Guinness, like whatever. And like it used to be like, hey, like we had 12 taps and like we can play with 4 of them. And now it's like, hey, like we have 9 taps, we can play with 1 of them.
Yeah.
And it's like sick.
Yeah, it's a much different scene than here, and it's like not obviously like the beer stores and everything are different, but no, I'm hopefully getting in New Jersey next year, but that's something that I'm not used to. It's like a much different scene.
Yeah, and it's like it sucks. It's like like right over the border here, you have like Jay's Elbow Room, like great, like they're like a beer bar, and like there just aren't many out there that can like say that because like it's just hard to hold on to when all of a sudden like some chain comes in and says like, hey, like I don't even want your bar, like $1.2 million for that, $2 million for the property, you can retire.
Yeah,
and it's like cool. Look, I bought this liquor license, 30 years ago for $200,000.
Yeah,
it's an asset.
Retirement.
Yeah, so for a lot of these places, like it's a appreciating asset that like, yeah, we're looking at as a huge barrier of it costs them $1 million, but it's like, yeah, and then in 10 years when they sell it, it'll be $2 million. So it just keeps a lot of bars in the state, and say something that I wish would go away. Like, have a lot of friends that own bars around the state. Like, it's right now like a necessary evil of like liquor licenses, but like I don't know, it's proof the other 49 states don't do it, and like
it's so crazy.
Seems thing to be working out.
There's laws in PA that are the same way. They're like everyone agrees is dumb, but if they change the laws, someone's getting fucked.
Yeah,
and it's like nobody wants to change it to fix it to make it normal, because then it's like you're not going to get elected again.
Yeah,
but at some point things are going to have to change.
Like the dumbest possible thing is think about like say if in this neighborhood right here, like say there was 5 bars allowed total because that's what the population was 50 years ago. You're gonna have 5 bars. You own one of those bars. You own another one of those bars. You decide like I'm gonna retire. I'm done. You're like, oh, I'm gonna sell my license, and you decide, hey, I'm going to buy your license, but I don't even care to open another bar because you're across the street from me.
I'm just going to make even more money.
Now this town has 4 bars.
Yeah.
And you own 2 licenses. So when you retire one day, you have 2 licenses to sell. So you just artificially manipulated supply and demand.
Yeah.
Like
Fireplace and Boardwalk.
Yeah. So like pocket licenses are still a thing in the state. It's like
what's a pocket license?
That where like you buy a license specifically to not use it.
Oh.
Damn.
And like the town I live in, there's so many of them. Like every time a bar closes, it's like, oh, cool. Like maybe like there'll be like a new one, like something fun. It's like, no.
I think in Pennsylvania, right, they have safekeeping, but I think in Pennsylvania you can only keep it for a certain. Maybe I'm making this up. I'm pretty sure you can only keep it for like 3 or 5 years. Then you either have to do something with it or pay a bunch of money.
Yeah, there was talks like with the new laws that changed. Like there was something like that was created, except that went into law, but nothing in like typical New Jersey like bureaucracy.
Yeah.
No system was ever created to like enforce that. So like, yeah, you're told you can't buy a pocket license anymore, but also there's no one to tell you to give it up. Like there's no system in place to force you to sell it, anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, hey, stop doing that. Or else what? Oh, I don't know.
Just not right.
Yeah. So like.
So what do you do with the Brewers of New Jersey?
So I just try to be as active a member as possible. Like I've run a lot of different like fundraisers, gotten my nose slapped plenty of times.
Were you the beer that Governor Murphy drank first?
Yeah. So we created a beer called Sign the Bill Phil. which like it looked like I'm just a bill, like on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Eric brought that in for his podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we created that label, did that, and like someone from like one of the New York radio stations that does like the monthly Ask the Governor feature, like reached out to us like, hey, like I got that tonight. Is there any way you can get me like a can or a 4-pack or something? Like I would love to like bring up the question to him, but like I'll use a can and show it to him. And she's like, oh, I'll be at like his house at this time. Like this is the address. I'm like, hey, like I don't mean to seem weird, but like I am not bringing an Icarus car outside of the governor's personal house because like we've already pissed him off in the past. Like I'm sure the state police are outside there. They're going to end up being like, oh, there must be contraband inside this car, taking every single piece of aluminum off the car, like, and like breaking it down in the middle of the street, taking the engine out, be like, oh, we found nothing. Go about your day. So we like in a real like undercover sort of way met her at a local bar that we sell to, handed off the 4-pack there, and then she did the interview that night and like brought up the question around in front of him, like, hey, so like you know, I want to know, like, you know, this all got voted on, was approved by the Senate, by the House, and we want to know, like, if it's in your desk, like, why haven't you signed it yet? I actually have this beer right here from Icarus Brewing. It's called Sign the Bill, Phil. And I still have the soundbite somewhere of him going, oh, Icarus Brewing. I know them. Very good. And I'm like, and I just like sat there and melted, like, oh no, that was.
Was that a compliment or was that a threat?
Well, 2 days later, we got a random taxation audit.
Nice.
State audit that was now a few years ago, and the audit just ended within the last couple months. I'm not saying that they're connected, but the randomness is real odd because the day after he got served the beer, got handed the beer, I get a call from the Eric reaches out to me. Hey, I just got a call. I want to take a call with you. He directed the ABC, the assistant director of the ABC, and the legal counsel to the ABC. Can you take that call? They're like, Eric, am I legally allowed to say no? Like, if I say no, like, isn't it going to be worse? And he's like, yeah, you should probably take the call. So like, I took the call and it was like going to the principal's office and like again, like just getting my ass slapped for like 20 minutes straight of all the things I've done wrong in my life. And I'm just like, okay, yes, I get it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it was all over the wording on the can. The wording on the can that we will donate a portion of the proceeds to like the Brewers Guild of New Jersey to help like fundraising efforts. And like we copied that can from a beer we do every year called For the Story, that we like raise money for Tunnels to Towers and like first responder charities. We stole the wording verbatim from that can. We've done that beer for 6-7 years. I normally do like the like New York City Towers Tunnels, or they used to do the stair climb like with my firehouse, and like verbatim, they never had an issue. We've used that wording on multiple other beers, but because, you know, we invoked the power of someone above us, we
I had to stand in front of the man.
Yeah. So yeah. But luckily, Eric always has my back, always has all of our backs. And like he's like the best person to have.
Eric's the man. We've said this multiple
Yeah.
podcasts. That was one of my favorite episodes. If you have not listened to the Eric Orlando podcast, go back and listen to it. And I'm sure if you listen to that and then listen to this one back, I'm sure you'll get like a much better understanding of like the New Jersey beer laws and then kind of like where you're at now. And also kind of how impressive it is that how fast you're running, which is bonkers. But yeah, I guess, do you have guys have anything else coming up?
Our anniversary is mid-January.
Cool.
Since, again, we opened Friday, January 13th.
Yeah.
So we're doing it the weekend after this year, just because it falls midweek. So I think it's like the 16th, 17th. We always do like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like a 3-day party, because why not have an excuse to throw a party?
Yeah,
for sure.
Invite some wrestlers out there.
Maybe. We'll definitely do another wrestling event, and I'll make sure you guys are there. It is.
Oh my gosh!
I promise. Like, even if you're not a wrestling fan, like, it is so much fun.
I just don't watch it. I mean, whenever I do watch it, I like it.
With me too.
Yeah, we did the hoagie throwdown
With
earlier this year, other half. Which is kind of funny. Like I wish that they had this pizza beer there. There's some pizza wrestler one.
Oh yeah, Luigi's Primo.
Yeah,
He spins pizza
while he wrestles. It's crazy. So where can we find you guys? At what's your like social tags?
So it's all just at Icarus Brewing, Facebook, Instagram, whatever still exists.
Cool.
Yeah.
To find you guys, and you guys are basically everywhere in New Jersey.
Yeah, we try to be. Whatever your local bar is, whatever your local liquor store throughout New Jersey. One day we'll be back in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
One day. Or if you're, in Utah, listen right now. You might be able to find it at your
That
local
is
bar.
so funny. It's like the two worst liquor law states.
Yep.
And you guys just chose both of them.
God bless them. Don't know which God, but God bless them.
Corner of the market.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you can find us at Brewdad, at the Brewdad Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave a review. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Thank you.